surprised me is that the descendants of some nationalists are shaping Canada's policies today. For example, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Chrystia Freeland.
Доброго ранку. Дуже рада вас бачити. Я вас дуже рада бачити. Дякую дуже, що ви приїхали.
Her much-loved grandfather, Michaelo Komiak, worked as the editor-in-chief of a Nazi newspaper, Krakauer Nachrichten, Krakow News, in Poland. Historical figure of the 20th century. That's how this newspaper referred to Adolf Hitler. Its readers were convinced that the population of Galicia was ready to fight and die for a wholly unjust cause designed by you-know-who. Undoubtedly, children are not responsible for the actions of their parents, but Freeland calls her grandfather not a criminal, but a victim of the Soviet regime, of course. In 2016, Freeland paid tribute to her ancestor on Twitter. It turns out that her grandfather worked diligently to restore freedom and democracy to Ukraine by supporting Hitler and the Holocaust, I suppose. Freeland herself made a contribution to the destruction of the USSR. In the 1980s, she brought anti-Soviet propaganda materials, money, and video and audio recording equipment to Soviet Ukraine for local nationalists. As a result, she was banned from entering the Soviet Union. Today, in Russia, Freeland is also considered persona non grata. However, in the West, her photo with a flag of the Ukrainian Insurgent Army, a terrorist organization, does not hinder her political career. It was Freeland, together with former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom Boris Johnson, who convinced Western European countries to quickly supply weapons to Ukraine. In 2022, Canada provided Ukraine with $2 billion in direct financial assistance, an additional $500 million through bonds, and over $2.5 billion for military and humanitarian aid. Moreover, in Canada, the United States, the United Kingdom, and other countries, PLAST, which is an analog of Hitlerjugend, the Hitler Youth, operates freely. A youth organization of Ukrainian nationalists that, during World War II, trained militia for the OUN and SS Volunteer Division Galicia. It was established as early as 1911. Stepan Bandera and Roman Shukovich emerged from PLAST. Among active members of this organization were also Canadian Minister Chrystia Freeland. The fostering of xenophobia and Russophobia continues today. PLAST members were present during the Maidan protests and later participated in the killings of residents in Donbass.